Hey guys, welcome back with me, Kelsey. I'm in the Toy Notes studio today, and you guys know I cannot resist a good crafting toy. Today I have the Alex Toys Ultimate Tie-Dye Kit. This one's kind of neat because it comes with some stuff to tie-dye and shows you how to do it well. I know tie-dye kind of fell flat on its face back after the 90s, but I think it might be kind of back. Plus, it's fun. It's fun to make. I used to make them when I was a kid. But all I had was like rubber bands and like, I think we used Kool-Aid dye once. This is way better. So let's go ahead and get it open. That way we can see what it comes with. This is recommended for players 8 and older. Okay, so easy peasy, I just slid it right out of the box. Now we have the tie-dye instructions. It says you're going to need scissors, paper towels or rags, self-sealing bags, like Ziplocs, large garbage bags or a drop cloth, an apron or old shirt that you can get messy in, and you can add additional rubber bands if you don't feel like this is enough. So not too much. I mean, that's kind of standard. I kind of figured you'd have to supply some of that stuff. You have to supply the water. Okay. So what is this that came with? Oh, like a scarf? Oh, it's like an infinity scarf. That's pretty cool. I always like those. And what's this one? Oh, it's a bag. You know, I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, like, that looks a lot like a bib, but I was like, there's no way it's a bib. So it's a bag, and then you would just tie-dye it, and then you could tie it up here, and it would be kind of a, like, you know, over-the-shoulder bag. So cool. It comes with 2 things to tie-dye, which I didn't expect. And then, of course, if you wanted to tie-dye a shirt, or even it shows, like, some white Keds kind of shoes, you could do that as well. I'm going to fold these back up here just for now. Now we have a yellow tint, purple, orange, or no, that's red, orange, purple, green, blue and green tints. These are going to be like your rubber bands. They kind of have the dye collect in a different way, which you get that tie-dye look. I'm not sure what this is supposed to be. Oh, this is a twist tool, because you can't do it with your hands, I guess. Twist tool. And then a good pair of gloves, but if you were doing more or had more people involved, you would just get a couple extra nitro gloves or something. It really wouldn't be a big deal. This is very easily used for more than one person because, again, you have the tints and you're going to add water to them to make sure that they are, it's just the powder right now. See, it's just powder. But when you add the water, then they become the dyes, and there's going to be more than enough here to do this, or you had siblings with 2 t-shirts or something like that. That would be easy to do. So I'm going to round up my supplies and bring you guys in closer, and we are going to tie-dye this infinity scarf because it will be adorable. So we have our scarf here, our ties, and of course you can use more rubber bands if you want to. And then all of our different dyes, which we've got to add water to. And then gloves are the most important part when you're dyeing. I'm going to set this down here. And I kind of want to do a purple ombre type. So I am going to cut the top of that. So you're just going to cut the top of your die. And great trick for keeping the water funneled in is to do it. Whoops! Well, that's why they recommend the drop cloth. Got some paper towels here. I am going to grab my cookie sheet, which I prefer to drop cloths, and get that set up before I finish this die. So as you guys know, I tend to like a cookie sheet a little bit better because it kind of keeps everything contained a little bit better for me. And I'm just going to keep mixing my dye. I'm going to see if I can make this go any faster. Whoop! Okay, well that's full. Alright, so I've got a full purple dye here. Now it's very important, unless you want your fingers to be completely dyed, that you do not touch this stuff without gloves on. So be smart and wear your gloves. So what you're going to do first is you're going to take your scarf or whatever you're dyeing and you're going to get it nice and wet. It has to be wet to dye properly. And then you're going to wring it out. It's got to be wet, but it can't really be like dripping wet. So I'm going to move my water bowl. Now you're going to tie it or fold it. So with the scarf, you're going to fold it in half. I'm going to fold it at the seam. That way everything's pretty well even. There we go. And then I'm going to fold it in half again. So it's in half right now. Now there's different folding techniques on the instructions here. I'm going to use kind of a fan folding technique for that more ombre look, hopefully. And be careful at this part because the folding is where you get all the different concentrations of dye. So you want to be really careful. All right, so then I'm going to put one of these ties around here. There we go. Put another one around here. And then some more. I'm going to put one more right here and then let it fan out from there. So one more. There we go. So I've tied mine. Obviously you can do it however you like, but now it's time for my gloves. And these gloves are sort of a one size fits no one, but they do the job. And you would do all of your dyes at the same time if you had multiple colors. I'm just doing a purple. So you're just going to kind of start by spraying it down. And in my experience when tie-dyeing, I try not to be super precise because half the fun of the look is the kind of splotchy and okay. So that's about enough dye for me. And again, if you had more colors, you just keep adding more colors. But I'm going to take one of my gloves off because your next step is letting it set. You have a gallon-sized bag, you're just going to stick the whole thing in the bag and seal it up. I'm going to move this out of the way. There you go. You're just going to seal it up and let it set for 24 hours before you even touch it. So this is how my infinity scarf turned out. It's not as tie-dye as I was hoping, and I don't know what I did wrong. Maybe I didn't have the bands tight enough so that it would collect it, because I mean there's some deep spots here, but mostly it's just kind of a washy ombre purple, which is still pretty, but not exactly what I was after. So this was a good set though. I will say you could very easily do way more than what's in the kit with the dyes that are there. Just know that if you mix the dyes, they're not very good after about a month, and they have to be kept in the refrigerator to keep their potency. So if you're going to do it, you might as well just do it all in one shot, or only mix one of the colors like I did. So if you want to be here for more craft time, more Top 2017 toys, and generally a whole lot of fun here at Toy Notes, you know what you have to do. You have to check us out at toynotes.com, and you have to hit that subscribe button before you leave. So until next time, guys, click and subscribe, check us out at Toy Notes, and I'll see you soon.